Hey, what's up, pendejos?
What's up, pendejos?
It's my new tagline I've been working on. So guys, if you watch this channel, one thing that we really enjoy, is some of the culture that's come out of these board meetings. If you don't know what this is, maybe you just found this channel, maybe you just accidentally stumbled across this channel while you were looking for
C.K. Louis, the comedian,
his new special. What's been going on for a while is people go to these school board meetings or these, zoning board meetings. I don't even know what half of these are.
I'm calling bluff.
Hey, whoa, guys, come on.
That's why you want our kids masked, because y'all are pedophiles.
They go to these meetings and they just kind of audition for a movie or a spot on a comedy series that doesn't exist. Or they just kind of get into what many call cringe compilation material.
In Glastonbury, we are working to learn if there will be any fallout after a man punched a school board member in the face. At a board meeting last night.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Roger Susanna now joins us live right outside Glastonbury High School. Roger, did the meeting end as soon as that fight was broken up?
Yeah, good morning, Nicole. Good morning, Wendell. As you can imagine, that meeting did come to a screeching halt, really just seconds after that punch was thrown. But, viewer videos show us that this altercation was really heated even before the fight got physical.
That's unprofessional. Why are you swearing at a citizen?
The fight began as a verbal altercation between a man who attended last night's meeting and a Board of Ed member. The two men stood nearly nose to nose, and the Board of Ed member eventually pushes the man, who responds with a violent swing that actually...
Oh man, wow. This must have been about something very important and very meaningful to people's lives.
The meeting was about Glastonbury's Board of Ed getting rid of the high school's old tomahawk logo last year. Some people who opposed the move created an online petition to bring the logo back.
That is my own sperm.
Hey, and welcome back to When Dads Attack.
Dads, why do they attack? When you see your dad get into something like this, maybe another dad says to your dad, he says,
That is my own sperm.
When you see your dad get into something like this, the thought crosses your mind, why do I have to have a dad? It's a very interesting thought, This thought pops into your head when your dad is on some bullshit because he is a goofball. And then you realize, oh, that makes me predisposed to goofballism.
Last year, my grandmother, who was a former teacher at the Rutherford County school system, died of COVID because someone wasn't wearing a mask. This is a very...
I love that. This kid's like, my grandma, she was a teacher. She died of COVID. Somebody's like, boo! Shut up! We're not wearing a mask. Then the person next to him is, isn't that your son? He's like, yep. But still.
It has come to my attention that your educators are distributing essentially what is child pornography in the classroom. I've spoken to a judge this evening. She's already confirmed that. So I'm going to give you a simple choice. You either choose to resign from this Board of Education, or you will be charged. Thank you.
So this adult nerd gets up in front of this school board. I guess he maybe just watched True Romance or something.
I ain't scared of you, I just don't like you.
I'm going to give you a choice. You walk out of here. And accuses them of... I don't know, having child pornography. He accused them of being child pornographers. He accuses them of...
You're hurting the kids!
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. This guy's the mayor of some place called Hudson, Ohio. He's the mayor.
A book still sparking controversy in one Northeast Ohio city.
Last night at 6, we told you that parents in Hudson are upset over a book of writing prompts being used in the high school that directs some students to write about topics that some feel are inappropriate for students. In fact, the mayor wants the entire school board to resign over this book.
But as we all know, there are at least two sides to every story here. And today, RJ Jarvis spoke to one family who thinks the outrage is out of line.
I just think it's absolutely absurd.
The city of Hudson stands divided over this book, 642 Things to Write About. It was used for years in the school's College Credit Plus writing class, but was taken away from students Monday after parents and administrators became aware of some of the writing prompts inside. Pendejo. Like this one. Drink a beer, write about the taste.
Party.
And another that says, write a sex scene you wouldn't show your mom.
It was this small, teeny tiny thing that we were exposed to maybe 20 minutes a week at max.
Reagan Wraith graduated from Hudson High School last year and took that course. She says her teacher only used the book a few times a week to help students get creative with their writing, and they never used any of the more explicit prompts.
She just said, don't use the prompts. And so none of us did. We all ignored it.
That didn't stop some parents from grilling the school board at a meeting Monday.
Do not sexualize our kids.
Those are naughty thoughts. Those are naughty thoughts.
I love this story. So these kids in this like college level writing class, these dorks, it looks like for years and years, the teachers used writing prompts from this book. The book happened to have some naughty, and we're talking like Cards Against Humanity type naughty stuff in it. By the way, does every card game need to be naughty nowadays? You know, you go into Target and every one of these cards game is like a penis. What about if a penis were, you can't get this for your mom for Christmas?
What if the Pope touched his penis?
So it turns out that this book had been around the school for a long time, and the teachers would, like you do in life, use certain things to help you, and then say ignore other things, like things that are inappropriate for kids. And some, I think, very psychologically healthy parents swooped in. Very psychologically healthy. They ripped through these kids' books and they found a drink a beer.
Drink a beer.
Oh, too bad that I found this. Now I have to exhibit some of my talents at the next school board meeting. Thank you. These parents are a bunch of
perverts.
And
you're a moron.
Could this be true? Is my daddy crazy?
Can't put everyone at risk. Thank you.
That's last night's Portland Public Schools board meeting, and it was forced to go from in-person to online when some people in attendance refused to mask up, and then things got a bit rowdy. A big topic at that meeting, vaccine mandates for students 12 and older.
Now we're finding out most of those people didn't even have kids in Portland Public Schools. They're not even from Portland.
With the room packed at near capacity, Portland Public School Board Chair Michelle DePass said members from two far-right extremist groups, the Proud Boys and People's Rights, were in attendance at Tuesday night's school board meeting to discuss a potential vaccine mandate for students 12 and up.
The Proud Boys. Imagine, I mean, first of all, aren't all those guys FBI agents at this point? And then second of all, imagine being the sucker. Sorry. The sucker who drives from another town to, I'm going to do this for the Proud Boys. I'm here on behalf of my group, the Proud Boys, which was founded by a scammer who used to work for Vice magazine. I'm spending my time on my short time on this planet very wisely.
Hey, Rob, so we just heard from this person on WMAL this morning talking about how he spoke out at his own Board of Education meeting in Tennessee. Well, now the same person wants to speak here so badly tomorrow that he apparently took out a lease in the neighborhood to be eligible to do so. This person, this is Matt Walsh, he tweeted, "How do you do, fellow Virginians?" after telling his over 672,000 Twitter followers about his new lease in the area. Walsh is a conservative blogger and podcaster who has been more vocal about the Loudoun County Schools transgender policy.
I would thank you all for allowing me to speak to you tonight, but you tried not to allow it, yet here I am.
This is a pretty funny story. This started a couple months ago, but some interesting things have come out about this recently. But this Daily Wire...
Pendejo!
What's this guy's name? Matt Warsh. Matt Warsh. He did this little publicity stunt where he went to Loudoun County, which is the ground zero for some crap. He went to Loudoun County to speak at a school board public hearing, I guess it is, where people say this.
You're hurting the kids.
They also accuse people of being
perverts.
So this is in a city that he does not live in, but he rented a basement or something.
Anyway, finally it was my turn with 60 seconds on the clock and a mask muzzling my face. And here's what I had to say.
Pendejo.
I would thank you all for allowing me to speak to you tonight, but you tried not to allow it, yet here I am. Now, you only give us 60 seconds, so let me get to the point. You are all child abusers. You prey upon impressionable children and indoctrinate them into your insane ideological cult, a cult which holds many fanatical views, but none so deranged as the idea that boys are girls and girls are boys.
So they've been hitting this really hard. Ben Pepino, this guy, what's this guy's name? And if you haven't heard about this, boy, oh boy, it's very rare that I'm like, yeah, that person should probably, these people should probably be booted off of social media. But this is one of those moments where I'm like, it'd probably be better if they just go bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Like, there should be a stupidity meter. And if you goes too much in the red, then
bye-bye. Bye-bye.
So Loudoun County is in Virginia. It's in, I think, northern Virginia. And what happened is at this school, a pretty horrible thing happened is a girl was sexually assaulted in a bathroom. The way that these guys are spinning this is transgender. There we go. We got them. Ladies and gentlemen, we got them. The transgenders, we got them. And this attack, this horrible attack at this school, this assault of the student from another student, this is their proof that, see, if you let people use the bathroom of the gender that they identify, everybody gets this kind of thing happens. But there's a problem with that. This is from the Washington Post. On Monday, the teenage victim of the Stonebridge assault testified that she and her attacker had agreed to meet up in a school bathroom around 12:15 p.m. on the date of the assault. So there's that. And then on a very basic level, I guess what the claim they're making here is, look, we want students to be safe, and it's just unsafe for trans kids to use the bathroom of their gender. So I was curious about this. I just looked this up. The Education Department found reports of sexual violence at schools rose from about 9,600 in 2015 to 16 school year to nearly 15,000 in 2017 to 2018 school year. That's an increase of more than 50%. Trans people are about, what, .something% of the population? If they're worried about sexual assaults at schools, which they should be, why are they just focusing in on this case, which they totally misunderstood and misconstrued to be a trans bathroom issue? It's because we don't really have any kind of a sense of morality or ethics anymore. It's just, do I get this? So it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense statistically if you wanted to stop these kind of assaults, which you should. And then it's also just, all these stories are going to do is make an already marginalized group of people more, and make their life more But as long as it can.
Yeah, that's the craziest story of the day. But unfortunately, this is part and parcel of the issues that we are told don't matter. We are told that parents are not supposed to worry about this, that educators are going to be handling the education of your children, that the school boards ought to be, this is what Terry McAuliffe says in Virginia. And that if you have any serious questions about this, if in fact your child has suffered at the hands of this ideology. My wife and I are gay and lesbian friendly, Smith said. We're not into this children transgender stuff. The person that attacked our daughter is apparently bisexual and occasionally wears dresses because he likes them. So this kid is technically not what the school board was fighting about. The point is, kids are using it as an advantage to get into the bathrooms.
The teenage victim of the Stonebridge assault testified that she and her attacker had agreed to meet up in a school bathroom around 12:15 p.m.
I mean, this is truly psychotic. If you watch this whole segment, what's this called? Loudoun County School Board blasted over bombshell Daily Wire expose. There was actually even that libertarian site, Reason, did a segment about the Daily Wire's coverage of this, and they were like, yeah, that's bad. That's not good. That's not good. They lied about that. If you watch this video from Ben Pepino, what you would take away from it is, this is exactly what you would take away from it, is Oh, they changed it so that you use the bathroom. Trans kids can use the bathroom of their gender. They did that. Now look what happened. And the other thing, this is a very serious crime. What happened here at this school with these students? This is a very serious crime. And these, I mean, a lot of people call and dipshits and morons. A lot of people say to these guys,
"You're a moron."
They're using this absolutely horrible, tragic thing that happened to get someone to do this.
We have somebody else who wants to speak. Can you hold on for a minute?
What? What'd you say? Alan. Did you call me an idiot? Alan. What?
So the great thing about this episode of School Board Mania...
School Board Mania Volume 3.
School Board Mania Volume 3.
That is my own sperm.
That's the subheadline. The interesting thing about this one is I haven't seen this on previous episodes. The school boards are starting to get tired of this crap. They're getting a little bit tired of being called pedophiles and that they work for Jorge Soros and all this crap. They're getting a little bit tired of it. And things are starting to get a little bit...
You're not even listening to what I'm saying.
I don't want to listen. I don't want to listen because it doesn't make sense.
We have somebody else who wants to speak. Can you hold on for a minute?
What? What'd you say? Alan. Did you call me an idiot? Alan. Do not do that.
This one's hilarious. This is in Indiana. Some guy in the crowd. Now I don't even know how many of these people are parents. They're just like traveling the country, going to boards, as they call them. Like how open micers call them mics. They go to boards. So this might be a parent. But there's this old-timer, member of the school board. He's sitting up there in this, with a standard issue small town government building carpet. He's up there, and then some smart aleck, some annoying little turd in the audience is going on and on about some of the video, some ad he saw on YouTube where James Doerr or somebody is telling him, you shouldn't wear a mask or some crap. And he calls this guy, this old salty bastard up on the school board, he calls him an idiot. He's like, you're an idiot.
We have somebody else who wants to speak. Can you hold on for a minute?
What? What'd you say? Alan. Did you call me an idiot?
And this guy just loses it. He's like, that's it. I can't do it anymore.
What? I'm tired of that stupid Alan. Call me an idiot. Not going to sit here and be called an idiot by some not going to happen.
And these are the people
I
that
give a lot
are...
of this Alan.
These are the people that are in charge of our children's well-being.
I don't know if you heard that at the end, but the lady filming goes, and these are the people in charge of our kids' well-being. Can you believe this? It's like if you went to a restaurant and you keep like poking the waiter in the face with a stick. You're like, get my food. And you poke him and he's like, ow. And then finally he's like, hey, stop poking me with that stick, you shit. And then you film him and you go, wow, this is the person serving our food. How can we trust this? That guy definitely should be teaching your kids. That's a good lesson right there. If some idiot's giving you crap, call them an idiot. That's a good lesson. Say to them,
you're a moron.
No more of this customer service, America. Everybody in America wants to talk to customer service. To get customer service on, I'm gonna go off on somebody. Just let them know.
You're a moron.
County supervisor board meetings continue to be a stage to sound off for people who oppose mask and vaccine mandates.
And tonight, the chair and vice chair are addressing some offensive comments made by one man earlier today. We cannot play all of it, but here's an excerpt from today's meeting.
Vargas, I can't wait for your arteries to clog. They're not doing it fast enough. And Nathan, you should kill yourself. I don't know where you are, but a dishonorable discharge would be you blowing your brains out. Let's see you tweet that, blowing your bird brains out.
The man speaking went on to make offensive comments about Supervisor Tara Lawson-Remer and racist remarks about County Public Health Officer Wilma Wooten.
This right here is the Carnegie Hall of going off at a school board member. None other than the San Diego Board of Supervisors. And in that news clip, the lady's like, this guy got up there and he was apparently saying racist things. We can't show it all here on the nightly news. But I looked up this clip and it's pretty exciting.
You should resign. Vargas, I can't wait for your arteries to clog. They're not doing it fast enough. And Nathan, you should kill yourself. I don't know where you are, but a dishonorable discharge would be you blowing your brains out. Let's see you tweet that, blowing your bird brains out. And then Lemur, as I like to call you, Lawson Reamer, you're a little monkey. I'd like to see you hang from a tree. And then Wooten, you're fucking Aunt Jemima. And yeah, syrup won't sweeten and cause your diabetic coma fast enough either.
You are not allowed to say that to her. The chair is not here. I'm going to ask you to apologize to her.
No,
you are not allowed
fuck you,
to
you're
talk
a
to
piece
her
of
that way.
furniture.
Sometimes when you're improving, you're on stage, you're improving. Sometimes you're trying to, your brain's trying to come up with the jokes. You're calling people, you're like, you're a traitor, you're like a Nazi. And then sometimes you look at you look at one of the board members who happens to be a black woman, a doctor. The head of the health department, I guess she happens to be a black woman, and you kind of panic, you're improvising. And so this guy, this unfortunate soul, this guy calls a black lady, Aunt Jemima, in a public meeting in front of a lot of people, and it goes online, it gets 72,000 views in a month. Oh God. He comes back and he's like, you know what? I think I overstepped a little bit on that one. But he comes back and he tries to, he perfectly smooths the whole thing over. He's like, yeah, I fixed it.
25% of African Americans have taken the vaccine compared to other ethnic groups or whatever. In my comments earlier, I don't want them to be misconstrued. I'm talking about someone who may represent a race, apparently, but is actually acting in contradiction to that fact. And I was an Italian American, like, we were lynched and we were called white, and I'm not saying that lightly. And I don't say what I said earlier lightly. There was valid points made by that doctor, and you don't want to talk about that, but you want to accuse me of being a racist? It's ridiculous. And vaccine, by the way, is like the new whites only. And my last girlfriend, she was black. I was with her for like 10 years, so.
No, just, hey, I'm sorry about my comments earlier. I got a little bit of adrenaline because this is sort of our open mic. You guys get it, right? And sometimes when you're doing your open mic, you're doing material, sometimes you accidentally go into a very common racist trope. Guys, come on. Who amongst us, right? We got to give him some credit, though. At least at some point, at least after his first routine, at least after that, he clearly was thinking about this. He was like, oh man, called that lady Aunt Jemima. Let me think. Was it the vaccine is actually bad for black people? Okay, I do that. I'll show how much I care about black people. I dated a black girl, so I guess we give him some credit. We give him some credit for that. He's like, he realized he kind of did something weird, and he tried to fix it, and he perfectly fixed it.
As the next speaker is coming forward, I'll call 5 additional speakers: Crystal Irvin, Daniel Powell.
Take the towers
Noemi
down
Abrego,
now.
This is just a partial list of all the things that piss me off and make me mad. Lockdown, masks, PCR testing, false positives, gain of function, pandemic, misinformation, depopulation, Marxism, socialism, Chinese Communist Party.
This guy absolutely rules, and I think we got a brand new hero character on this program. The 5G kills guy. This guy's a true American hero. Because he went to the essence of the board meeting, the public board meeting, which is, I'm going to list the things I don't like. I mean, it's poetry the way he did it too. Just this free association. Here's some of the things I don't like: The Grinch, live action Cowboy Bebop, NFTs, naughty card games. So, guys, the other thing I would urge you: the County San Diego YouTube channel, not doing great. Only 14,000 subscribers. No comments on this. So there we go, guys. We're making fun a little bit of people who I would say don't really deserve it. Okay? People who don't deserve it. But a lot of this stuff, we know where it's coming from. These decrepit media vultures. We know who they are. We talk about them on this channel. We talk about some of them on this channel who put this stuff in these people's heads to keep them distracted, keep them doing this.
Party.
So there we go, guys. I think this might be the final video for me until after the holidays. So happy holidays or late Hanukkah or whatever crap you be doing. Good for you. Always remember, if you're home with your family for the holidays, make sure when you're sitting there at the dinner table, you know, you look everyone in the eyes and you say,
"That is my own sperm."
Okay? Bye. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Hey guys, you're only getting a fraction of the weekly shows. If you want a new motherfucking episode every day, subscribe on Patreon for as little as 2 bones. You get the patron-only Tuesday and Thursday shows, the Bookablega show where we look at important books, and the goddamn weekly behind-the-scenes show. And for only 25 bones, you could become a producer and get your name up here. Look at these people. These people make this show possible. If it wasn't for them, nothing. We don't have a show. We got nothing, and it's garbage. And we have to just leave. We have to just basically walk away, and we don't even really know where we're walking. That's the truly troubling part about all this. But please, become a patron today for as little as 2 bones, or 5 bones is another level, or 10, or you go the full 25 and you get up here. Big special thanks to these people. Love you guys so much.